What is going on, X community, X here? Today, people, we're going to be doing week number 7 for the Mega Aggron Division Pickems, and joining me is going to be DDA.
Hello.
So, from what happened last week?
I mean, there was a lot of upsets. Also, you know what? Never mind. No, it's fine.
What's up?
It's fine. No, it's fine.
No,
I don't want to give you any extra points. It's fine.
Hold on, huh?
It's fine.
Oh no! Oh, this? No, this is a forfeit. I think. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
that was the forfeit game. Oh.
Wait, let me check. Because now you say that, but yeah.
I mean, like.
Wait. I'm lying.
Mean, it's just unfortunate, truly, about some of these matchups. Specifically, most of the ones that I got really wrong were steel.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can't do much about that.
Well, yeah. That's the thing, right? Because steel's so close. It's kind of just a roll of dice. But yeah. I should have voted against myself, but that's not the spirit. I knew I was gonna lose. I was hoping it wasn't gonna be a 6-0, but you know, it is what it is. Doesn't really matter in the long run. Since I'm guaranteed, and well, speaking of, Rock are all guaranteed. It just depends on placement for top 4, right? And then
so me, you, Chungus, and Dark Crafter, which I do believe are like the top 4 teams in PRs, aside from one outlier, which was, I think we liked Ace's team at the time.
Yeah, I think
don't
so.
remember. I think Ace's team looked better on paper than Chungus's did.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, they were like pretty close. But like overall, like what we predicted would be the top of Rock was the top of Rock. Funny how that works out. Steel, on the other hand, no one's confirmed. Not a single person is confirmed. Even if they lose a game, they very easily could just drop all the way down. The only person that has a confirmed spot, and that is confirmed out, is that Arcadian, because he's 1-5. Everyone else is 100% in contention for playoffs. 100%. Everyone has a chance.
Yeah, and don't like Arcadian took over the team, so you know, we just saying Arcadian, if you do join next season, you won't be Aggron because of this, so just letting you know. But yeah, Steel is insane. I think Steel's gonna be the division to watch this week. Rock is just gonna be us kind of goofing around because we don't want to give away too much of our tech. But yeah, I think this is gonna be a very, very fun week, I guess, for both divisions, just to see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, Steel should be pretty close in competition because they should be like try-harding extremely hard to see if we can get the playoffs. Whereas Rock Division, you will see some weird sets because especially the top 2 teams, or the top 4 teams, I should say, that are fighting, because the top are fighting the top and the bottom are fighting the bottom this week. You're going to see some funny sets because I doubt anyone wants to throw out normal prep because they're probably going to expect to fight each other in playoffs. Especially given how clean Rock get through and how not clean Steel went through, and just by not saying that Steel's worse, but it's just like usually when your division is harder and another division is like really lopsided, usually it's because those teams are just overall better, not necessarily the players, but it's usually just those teams just were better overall, which arguably is the case, but there are some teams in Steel that are really scary.
Yeah, agreed.
Personally, there's a team that I hope doesn't make it in Steel, just because I don't want to fight them. Not the player, just the team. The team's annoying.
Yeah, fair.
Because I built it.
Let's go on to the matches here. For the first one here, it's going to be Chris versus Ace.
Yeah, these are going to be so weird, because, like, I actually don't think there's a way for me to get back unless we both choose differently. I get everything correctly. Right? Because you're at 26, I'm at 15, which I don't even know if the math's correct, but who cares? Um, so like let's say you got nothing right, and you got one -1 on because you got your locker on, right? That would put you at 25. I would have to get because I could get 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. I could get a maximum of 9 points. So literally, I would have to get everything right, my lock right, and I would have to get something like a matchup perfectly, like as in like the differential, with you losing all of your points, and that puts us at a tie.
True.
If I get 2, then I can win, but that's not gonna happen.
Yeah. You had 13 last week, so 3 minus 1 is 2. Yeah, okay, so it's 15. And 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Yeah, okay. Good.
Nope. Looks about right.
Yeah.
I had to play a little risky last week just because I needed to catch up, but unfortunately, due to just how things worked out, it didn't work out.
Well, there will be a twist, and you do know about it.
Hell yeah.
But we will talk about it later. So,
Bet.
first one's gonna be Chris versus Ace here. Now, right off the bat, I kind of hope that Ace wins this one because they do have the lowest differential, and I do think that their team is actually really solid here. Like I just feel bad because the team it looks good in my opinion.
Yeah, I think a lot of Ace's losses weren't necessarily because he's a bad player, but more just because he brought the wrong set to the game and he got punished for it. And I think there's a lot of times where like just certain sets, if he brought that instead, he probably just won.
Yeah.
Or he just got unlucky because RNG. So like both of those together kind of works against you.
True. Braviary kind of just goes in this game, huh?
Yeah. I mean, it kind of does. I mean, it's awkward because like if it goes special, it's gonna have a hard time breaking Meloetta. If it goes physical, it's gonna have a hard time breaking Unaware Quagsire. And then it's gonna have to worry about burns from Talonflame. And I don't really think it breaks Berserker either. So the problem with that though is that Chris has to either prep for both or prep for only one of them, and has to hope he gets the right one. I also don't see a good Salazzle switch in for Chris. Nothing really wants to switch into the Toxic, and I feel like this is a decent Salazzle game for sure.
Altaria isn't bad. Spit off Altaria, and then it can switch into Toxic.
Yeah, I mean, like, obviously, Altaria is an answer, but, like, I mean, like, just right there, right? Like, that's Altaria being defensive, which Chris has shown to not like to do. So, that's asking a lot of him.
True.
But yeah, I mean, obviously doesn't Slazzle get, like, Dragon Pulse?
Isn't
that, like, one of its random coverage moves?
I don't know if it should still.
Yeah, I don't know what Salazzle runs nowadays. I don't think I've ever even drafted that mon. That is how little I like Salazzle. I think it's like one of those mons that are just like, it's decent cheese, but like, let's see. You still have Dragon Pulse? Yeah, it still has Dragon Pulse.
Okay.
So I mean, it can still run things. I mean, what does Dragon Pulse do to a defensive? I mean, that's not bad. Does 32 to 38 from just a max special attack, nothing special on it, to max Altaria. So it's not bad. Because Altaria can't really stay in on that. It can't just like stay roosting. Because, you throw the Toxic out and then you can just Dragon Pulse. It can't just roost that up continually.
Mm-hmm.
So that is something to keep in mind. And if he's for whatever reason something like Expert Belt for whatever reason, right? Like that, it's hitting a little harder, maybe because he doesn't care. It's just specs and 2 Co's max defensive Altaria. So I don't know.
Well, listen, hear me out. Physical Salazzle with Trailblaze to kill the Quag.
Physical. What?
Salazzle.
Physical Salazzle. Stop.
With
Don't give him
Trailblaze.
ideas.
Come on.
No, don't give him ideas.
That's a great idea.
That's a horrible. Salazzle has a base 64 attack.
You don't look at the stats when you build. Come on.
What do you mean you don't look at the stats when you build? This is how he lost his other games. Going, oh, this would be funny. And it ended up working.
Well, okay, fair.
When you put it that way.
Wait, what about weakness policy endure and then you Trailblaze?
Oh my goodness. Ugh, yeah, caramba. Alright, but either way. Who do you think wins this is the better question.
Who do I think wins this? That is a great question, because I'm still trying to figure that out. You know what? I'm gonna go ace this game.
Gonna go ace this game? Well, I promised I would never vote against him again in this season, so I'm voting for Chris.
Okay.
I also need to make the differential not as bad.
Fair. Yeah, I think Chris definitely has I'd say he has a matchup, but I do hope Ace wins this one, so I'm gonna go with Ace. I'm gonna go with a I'll go with a keep it simple 3-0 for the first one.
Okay. I'll go 2-0, Chris.
All right. Next one we have is Queen of Roses versus Crim Benete.
It's definitely going to be an interesting game, to say the least.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. What do you think about this game?
I think Mousehold goes in.
Uh-huh.
I see it going for U-turn on the Earthworm, go into Magneton, click Terra, not ground, like fighting or fire to kill the Orth, probably, yeah, one or the other, maybe fighting, and then you go back into Mousehold and you just have free reign for the whole game.
Sounds kind of about right. No, I guess. I mean, what would the answer be to that then?
The answer for Crim?
Yeah.
Going a Terra, like a Terra Steel Cloitzer to take Population Bomb and kill it with like a Aura Sphere or something.
So is this pre-tidy up or is this post-tidy up, Mousehold? Because if it's post-tidy up, you could just go like Jolteon and Revenge Killer, right?
That's true. Yeah. I think. Well, the thing is, after killing Orth, you can tidy up for free on like a slower mon that. I guess they all kind of could stay in and do damage, huh?
Kinda, yeah.
I guess it's kind of hard to get Mousehold to tidy up this game. Actually, no, you don't even need to trap Orth. You have low kick on Mousehold, so you could just tidy up low kick and be fine.
We could. That is one way of thinking about it, yeah. Trying to think here. It's a hard matchup because, like, I don't know how much they care.
Right.
That's kind of like, that's where I'm at right now, because I'm like, I'm looking at this and I'm like, how much would I care? And that answer is very little. So, that's kind of where I am at. Screw it. You know what? Krim has won games that I feel like he both shouldn't, and also he has technically won the most games against the higher teams, so I'll say Krim wins.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know how he wins, but he wins. We'll go with that one.
All right.
And it's not close. 5-0. Why not? Why not?
All right. I think Queen, you're gonna pull this one out mainly because I want to go opposite of DDA, but also because of the ideas that I brought up.
Because I want to be opposite.
I'll go
Don't
with
worry about that part.
I would go with a 1-0. You know, I think it's gonna be a close one. I think you're gonna lose Mousehold somehow, and Galade's gonna pull it out. Because we didn't really talk about Galade here, but it's a Galade, and it kind of just runs through this whole team. So.
It definitely can.
Yeah.
Would not be surprised if it did, to say the least.
Yeah. Alright, next game we have is your game versus Darkcrafter.
Let's go.
So what shenanigans are you bringing this match?
I wonder what in the world I could bring for this match. Clearly, I'm bringing 6 choice moves.
Please do. Actually, can you bring Choice Specs Spiritomb?
Choice Spec Spiritomb? Alright, I got you.
Thank you.
Got you.
Choice Banded Knuckle Stack doing that salt cure damage?
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
I think Darkcrafter is gonna try this match. I don't think Darkcrafter. I've never seen Darkcrafter not try their hardest. Could be wrong. You know, it
could be wrong.
Could be foolish, but they don't like to. I feel like they don't like to drop games because of like, oh, I want like a meme set, because I think they always just kind of play as well as possible. But let me see. Can you... I mean, it would be cool to see like a Sandy, like a defensive Sandy Shock set with like Iron Defense Body Press. That could be fun.
It could. Definitely could.
It honestly could come. I'm just looking at it now. I don't know a great switch into it if it goes for that set.
True.
How do you break Vaporeon? Rotom maybe, but that's tough.
I mean, the thing with Vaporeon is that it's not coming.
What?
It's just not coming.
Yeah, why?
Because he's also bringing 6 choice spots.
Oh, what about Choice Specs Vaporeon?
No, because that's what he's bringing to the real game. He can't bring that to the game.
Dude, Choice Specs Vaporeon kind of rocks your team, to be honest.
Not really, though.
What are you talking about? What switches into a Hydro Pump?
What do you mean, what switches into a Hydro Pump? I literally have Tauros right there.
You have one Mon.
Nah, Rotom also switches into Hydro Pump.
No, it does not.
Yes, it does.
What? You want me to calculate this right now?
You know what? I'll calculate.
Go ahead, you calculate right now. If you calculate with AV, max Spadef, max
no
HP.
No AV, just max HP, max Spadef.
Okay, let's see if it switches into a Specs Hydro Pump.
Specs? We'll do even modest Specs. Modest.
And don't do the foolish thing like you did with my Quaxwell. You put Quaxley.
See, it does switch into it.
How much?
It takes 29 to 35.
I don't know what kind of Pokemon you're calculating.
After I tear out a water.
Okay, there we go.
The funny thing is that before Terra Water, I only take 59 to 70.
Only?
I mean, that's pre-AV.
Okay,
To be fair. And
but
pre-Terra,
if you're
I actually
AB,
don't even die after Terra. I live one.
but
So
if
I
you're
can rest, and it's free.
right, but if you're AB, you can't rest.
True, but I would just not be AB. I would just rest, and it'd be fine.
Okay. Anyways, moving along.
And like, that's not even including the fact that I kill it back with crit thunder.
I'm gonna move along here.
Alright, who you voting for here? I'm voting for Darkrafter.
No, you're not voting for Darkrafter.
I am voting for Darkrafter.
You can't vote against yourself.
Yes, I can. I'm doing it right now.
No, you can't vote against.
You can't lock on yourself. You can vote against yourself all you want. I am voting for Darkrafter.
Okay, I am as well.
Cheater. Rude.
I actually thought about this right after my game. I'm like, you know what? He beat me. He's gonna beat DDA. I know this. I don't know how you beat this Vaporeon. Like, if you go Rotom, I feel like he could just, I don't know. He has a lot of switching to Rotom. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna go 4-0 this game.
Okay.
And you have no confidence in yourself?
I mean, I'm playing for fun, so
That doesn't matter.
Well, because my thought process is literally that like, if I win, I win, right? But like, it's one of those things where like, I want to specifically not prep for him because there's no point of showing. Because I honest to God believe that I think the finals or the semifinals actually, let's see here, because of how playoffs work out. Because for those of you who are wondering, playoffs are going to be that's when the top of each division go that, so it's 8-person bracket and it's seeded. So the first seed in Rock is going to versus the fourth seed in Steel, second seed versus third, etc., right? So if I beat Darkrafter, that means I verse the fourth seed in Steel, and there's a good chance that Darkrafter is, I'm pretty sure, guaranteed third place. Because of how our differentials work out, if Darkrafter loses, unless he loses like super badly, the diff almost guarantees he's third place. Actually, yeah, it's actually 100%. Yeah, so there's actually no way Darkrafter can become fourth. He's guaranteed third, which means that he would be on the opposite side of the bracket because he's third. Because it's first, fourth of each division, second, third of each division. So there's a good chance that I have to verse him in the finals if I make it all the way through. So,
well, that's the thing. You gotta make it all the way through.
Well, true, I do have to make it all the way through, but I'm not going to show a single thing until that finals. There's no reason to against this team. I personally think Darkrafter's team and maybe your team are the two teams that I would expect to fight in the finals. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll just have to see.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. Honestly, I think if we just look at Mega Aggron in general, I think our division was, like, the top 4 from our divisions, very scary. Like, probably the best. I don't want to say the best, but definitely the hardest teams to beat.
Arguably, on paper at least, yeah.
Yeah.
I think definitely on paper, Chungus' team is probably the weakest on paper. But, I mean, he's still a good player, so... Yeah, and he still has a good team, so...
Yeah. So what's your differential here?
I'm getting 6-0, clearly.
Are you going to put 6-0?
No, I'm going to put 1-0.
Okay.
Make him trade every little thing.
Alright. Going to the next match is going to be my match versus Chungus. And why I feel like the blue is off on the Quaxwell, but anyways, is that off? Are my eyes off? What's going on?
On the Quaxwell? The Quaxwell's fine.
The blue, as opposed to the other blues. Is it a
It
slightly
looked fine
different?
to me.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna check this out because my eyes are freaking out. Anyways.
No,
Um.
they look the same.
All right. Cool. So
Looking out
I
over here.
yeah. I already kind of prepped a little bit. I wanted to see what things could do, but you're kind of freaking me out, so I might have to make some crazy specs clef key sets or something. I don't know, but
Oh, did I unfortunately scare you into making some sense?
and not prepping well.
Well, yeah, you probably should not prep for that.
Okay. Aha! My colors are off. Wait, no, I'm lying. Wait, what? No, they are off. Okay, they're off by one. Okay, that looks so much better. Yeah. All right. Oh,
You all right there?
yes, I'm good. I had to fix colors. What do you think about this game?
Against you and Chungus?
Yes.
I think no matter what silly set you bring, Cloister is still Cloister. And that's about it. If you guys were playing this for real, I would be extremely surprised if Chungus won this game. I don't see a Cloister check. Period. Just period. There is no Cloister check.
This copper.
There is zero Cloister check.
Hello, this copper.
Copper does not check Cloister Terra.
What?
You just hit him with a special move. Like it's.
I don't have a special move.
No, of course not.
Terra who?
How are you? Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna vote for you just because I'm just gonna vote for you. It's like, I know you're gonna vote for yourself, but whatever.
Never. I'm gonna throw so I can get the points.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. These rock divisions, I could care less about what the actual matchups are. The bottom ones are the ones I care about more. Because they actually matter.
Hell yeah. What are you going on me?
1-0.
Wow. God. Couldn't give me an extra point there.
Nope.
Alright. You know what? I'll go 2-0 myself then. I think I could keep another mod.
Good for you.
Oh boy. But no, I do want to speak a little bit, just a little bit about the matchup. I can agree. I think Clayster is pretty good here. Keep in mind, like, Terras exist and stuff like that. So stuff like Primeape's a pretty decent wall against Clayster. You know, I may be bringing stuff for it, which is why I'm mentioning it. But there's actually a few mons that surprisingly do really well in this matchup. But again, I can't bring them all. I have like 8 that I really want to bring, and I can't bring them all. So I might just bring some crazy sets like we were talking about, just to have some fun. But yeah.
Sure.
All right, let's go on to the real matches, the steel ones. Kyrag versus Mustang.
Now here is a match that matters.
Mm-hmm.
The question is how much? So Kyrie versus Mustang. I am a little biased because I already have most of Kyrie's team built. I also still think Mustang's team is severely worse. Just for funny things, I unironically think Go-Goat and Persian come to this game.
Okay.
If they don't come, I also wouldn't be surprised, but we were doing some calcs, and there's just a certain thing on his team that literally is like none of his top mons can handle, but for some reason, this random set on Persian can. It's so out there. It fails. It literally is worse against every other matchup. But for one specific matchup that I don't even know if we're going with, but one specific matchup, we just thought it was really funny that you had to go that for Persian.
I don't think it's if it's out there. I don't know if he goes it.
I really, really doubt he goes it. But it would still be funny.
Okay. I do kind of agree. I think Go Goat comes for like the Sandy. It's pretty good. I think Moltres, or not Moltres. Well, Moltres. I was gonna say Jolteon isn't bad here as well. Just the speed in general is really nice, especially because, like just scarfing it also can outspeed a +2 Cloyster. You'll be able to, take it down because its Spadef is pitiful, so that's really good. Something like Bronzong can wall Cloyster unless it goes like Dark or Ghost or whatnot like that, which, if that's the case, then Quagsire walls it, so I don't think Cloyster actually can sweep this game unless it's like the late game and like everything is weakened somehow. So yeah, I think that's my thoughts. I think Mustang has the matchup, but I don't know. I guess maybe not. DDA, what do you think?
I think Kyrex still wins this.
Okay.
Because like looking at this matchup, I gonna be honest. There's like 4 Cloyster sets, and none of them Mustang has a good answer for. Like realistically, like every single one of those sets technically has an answer, but that answer is extremely limited and does not last long. Unless you're telling me that he's bringing defensive Wish Jolteon, and that thing gets a free switch in every time, and it just so happens to be the perfect Terra for the set that he brings. Like that's kind of like the only way, and even then, it's still a roll to kill him. So like, and you just kind of pee stall it. So I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, so that's that.
Okay.
I think I's gonna win. We'll say 4-0. Maybe sack 2 moms before you get in killing them.
Alright, I think Mustang is gonna win this. I actually could see Trick Room coming this game, potentially. There's a lot of fast threats on Kyrek's team, especially if Cloyster can get up a smash. Pretty scary, so... yeah, I'll go Mustang, and I'm gonna go 3-0.
Okay.
Alright, and moving on to the next match, we got Solo versus Crossbow. This is gonna be a really good match.
Yeah, now this one's gonna be interesting because like this one really matters for some things. The Solo is at the top currently of his tier, but not by much. If he drops this game, oh boy, this thing's gonna go wrong. Because Crossbow's gonna get up and he's gonna be confirmed dim. And Solo now has to wait for Marshy's game and Steering's game and Kyrek's game to see if he just to see if he's still in it. Like Solo's it no longer is decided if Solo's in by his own merit. Whereas if he wins, he is the only team to 100% guarantee him in immediately. Same thing with Mustang. If he were to beat Kyrek, he would also be guaranteed in and stuff like that. But it's gonna be interesting for sure. And Solo's been losing a bit recently. I mean, he beat Steering last week, which was nice. He really needed that win because he was on a little bit of a losing streak. So we'll see what goes on. I mean, the Mustang loss wasn't really because of him, though, to be fair. So, yeah, what do you think wins here? Because I still hate Crossbow's team, but he clearly has been doing well. I mean, he's 3-3, so he wins 50% of the time. But what are you thinking here?
I think his team isn't bad at all. What I'm concerned about is, let me just make 100% sure that this is the case and that I'm not wrong. Yeah. Okay, so Whiscash is on the team. I kind of forgot that mon existed, to be honest. So, but looking at this, Solo did swap his Terra from Magneton to Typhlosion. I think that was a smart idea, mainly because Magneton doesn't really need a Terra this game. And so I feel like the Terra Typhlosion is for maybe playoffs for Solo.
Probably, because the thing with his team is that, like, I get the reason for the Terra Magneton just because, like, his team was a little ground pressured, but, like, not a lot. He still had good resistances. And I guess he wanted Magneton to be this, like, all-around tank with Terra, but it's just not how the Mon is meant to be. With no recovery, it just, even with Terra, it doesn't really change it.
I think it was honestly good, though, because it just like Mousehold, you trap the steals for Gardevoir, you kill it, and then you get back Gardevoir in, and you can just spam your Psychics and Moonblast and stuff like that. So,
to an extent, yeah. It's
but
definitely going to be
yeah,
a easier matchup for Solo because, like, low kicks just gets to click whatever it wants again.
when does it not?
Yeah, that I have said that every week, and I feel like he has not really played low kicks to the highest potential. That is something I will say, but that's not fully on his own merit, though. I think that's one of those things where it's like it's more of because his match, like, low kicks is new, so it's kind of hard to play him effectively immediately. Regardless, I kind of hope Solo wins because I feel like I feel like I would just be so unfortunately, what's the word? I feel like I would be so ruined all season if I've been making fun of this CrossFit team and he makes it. I've been saying how it's bad and how no one's been fully building into it correctly. And then now we got here.
Yeah.
So I think Solo should win. I hope Solo wins.
Okay. Are you gonna vote with him?
Yeah, I'll say Solo Rio.
Okay. I'll make it interesting. I'll go crossbow.
Okay.
I usually try to, stick with the mod team a bit. But you know what? You go with Solo, so I'll go with crossbow.
Isn't Solo also part of the mod team?
Yeah. So that's why I'm saying, like, I usually try to stick with it, but I do want to make it interesting, point wise. So I'm gonna go crossbow. I will go with a. This one's gonna be close. I'll go 2-0.
Okay.
Alright, moving on to the next match. We have Marshy versus Arcadian. Okay.
Okay. Oh, I mean, it's kind of the same boat here, right? I actually already know who I'm voting for, and the only reason I'm voting for them is because I really hope they win over the other person. Because I don't want this person to go through playoffs because I don't want to play against them. I hope Adrian wins this game. I have been voting against them.
Arcadian, you mean? Yeah, I think you're on the wrong.
Oh, you're right. I skipped it. Whoops. Yeah, I was skipping to the last one. Sneak peek, but yeah. Martian versus Arcadian, I think Martian wins this. I think Arcadian obviously took over the team, but with no chance of playoffs, I think Arcadian's just big chilling. And I think Marshy needs this game, so Marshy won't take it lightly. And I think this will kind of just be a clean game for Marshy. Hopefully, it's just a clean game for Marshy.
Okay. I could see it. Let's see. I mean, there's not a lot on Arcadian's team, physical wise. There's like Hariyama and there's Tinkaton, if you want to count Tinkaton. So that being said, what actually breaks Meloetto? It's kind of a tough thing.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know what breaks it at all. Arcadian's team is like, and also like Raichu, I don't think has. I mean, I guess Psyshock probably still hurts Kilowattrel, but like, Raichu doesn't just have a free ride here because there's not one but two electric immunities. So that's also a problem.
True. You could go Terra Ice though.
You could go Terra Ice. And be even more frail than you already are. I feel like at that. I mean, like, I don't know. I think in a different situation. I think if Arcadian had a chance at the playoffs, that they had a better chance. But I just don't see them fully trying. Here. So,
yeah,
I feel like it's pretty set in stone that I think Marshy wins this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that. I think that, like, even so the thing is, because I know Arcadian and Marshy, they're friends, right? I think that if they really wanted to, they could like do some, unethical shenanigans and just kind of throw the game to Marshy so she makes it. I hope that's not the case. In fact, I believe Arcadian's gonna try. So I'm tempted to go with Arcadian because I do like Raichu in this matchup. I think like Nasty Plot and then maybe like a Dark Raichu, because then you can hit the Slowbro, you can hit the Meloetta, and Psychic still hits really hard against the Kilowattrel and Donphin. I don't think that's a bad idea either. And it also stops Prankster Grafaya.
True. So what are you thinking here then?
There's too much that Arcadian needs to do to pull off what I'm saying. I think it's just too hard to pull off because I know Marshy, like, she preps for pretty much everything. Even against Crossbow last week, even though she did lose, I think it was like just because Marshy got extremely unlucky. But she did prep for like everything. So I have to go with Marshy as well this game. But what differential do you want to do?
Let's do Marshy wins 4-0.
Okay. I'll go 3-0.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Next match, which is the one that you were talking about, it's Steering versus Adrian.
Wow, would you look at that? Yeah, I don't want Steering to win this game. Not because I don't think he should win this. I actually think Steering is the better matchup. But I want Adrian to win. Because I don't want to have to verse the Terra Glade. I think, I haven't really been watching the other divisions too much. But from the general consensus is that people are not fully using Glade's maximum potential. And I think that's because a lot of people didn't Terra Glade. I think Terrorglade isn't needed on your team, but I think it's so like it's just a scare like Cloister. Like you don't need it, but like it's just beyond broken with it. Um, but after seeing some like things with Glade, I don't think it should be banned anymore. I think it should be allowed like for next season, just for in general for who's listening. Not like Cloister, which I think should be instant ban.
No,
But
no, 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 no.
but like Gallade, I think is in that unique spot where like it's definitely good and it's gonna be top tier, but it's not good enough to be banned on the strict precedent of the fact that it needs support. And we've seen it in a lot of these games where like when Queen on Rock or Steering in Steel, there's a lot of games where he should have just insta one because Gallade came in and got a kill every time. But in the actual game, because Delayed was so like oppressive, teams would over prep for it, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just like when teams would over prep for it, and then it didn't do anything. And there was a lot of times where like the Glade set you should have brought didn't work because they prepped for that specifically, and you have to be able to like switch your Glade set. You can't just run the same thing. And I just hope that Steering does not bring the right Glade set because I don't want to verse him in playoffs because I don't want to have to prep against a Glade Terra. Because Spirit Tomb doesn't fully kill you if you're fairy. It's not how it works. But yeah, so that would be that.
Yeah. Yeah. So so you don't want Steering to win, therefore
I don't want him to win. Therefore, I'm voting for Adrian.
You're voting for Adrian. Okay.
That is indeed correct, sir.
Okay. So, as much as I agree with you that Terra Gallade is a menace, and I also do not want to verse it, I also think that Terra Gallade goes in this game.
Oh, I'm aware that it goes in. I am vividly aware of how well it does this game.
Yeah.
I just wish it didn't.
Yeah, and Adrian did bring the wrong Tauros last match, so who knows which one it's gonna be this match. It could be the fire one. I mean, no one knows.
Oh.
But yeah, I have to go with Steering, so I'm gonna go with a 5-0 this game.
Sounds about right.
What differential are you doing?
I'm not gonna lie. In my head, I said it, but I thought I said it out loud. I'm probably gonna go. Screw it. Take it home. 1-0. Adrian, the 1-0 king.
Ooh, okay.
Because if I'm looking at these right, like Adrian has gotten. Adrian literally won is 2. It's literally been 2-0 loss, 1-0 win, 3-0 loss, 2-0 win, 3-0 loss, 3-0 loss. So like the ones that he's won, it's been real close. Aside from the crossbow game, because it was I'll mix it up him and Arcadia because like their games are super close. But yeah, like it's never like a hot win. So I think it's gonna be low. So we'll say 1-0.
Okay, and then for locks.
For locks, insult to injury. I'm locking on Chris.
Oh. Damn.
Sorry.
Wow.
Sorry, not sorry.
Okay. I'm gonna lock against you. uh, out of all the matches, besides my own, because I feel like my matchup's pretty good. I do think Darkcrafter has a good matchup against you, just in general. All the other matches, at least the steel ones, I kind of want to stay away from because everyone wants to try hard and make it. And then, so the rock is kind of just the ones that I think we were looking at the most here. But yeah, that is it for the last week. But for the playoffs, you actually brought this up last time, so
I did.
you might be able to explain it better because the last video I did, I feel like it took too long to explain it. So why don't you explain it? It's the what you said with the 5 points and then 3 and stuff like that.
Yeah, sure. So fairly simple. We're going to be doing Pickems separately from this group for Pickems or for playoffs. And how it's going to work is we're going to do normal Pickems as usual. However, every week or every round, I should say, we will be doing a in the future bet for who we think is going to win it all. We pick one team from the remaining teams each week. So, and the earlier you get it correct, if at all, the more points you get. So, for example, all 8 teams in quarterfinals. Let's say Exo was to vote on himself. I don't think we should allow that, but let's pretend he can. So in this example, Exo votes for himself, and let's say he wins the quarterfinal match. It's now semifinals. He gets to choose again. He either gets to choose himself again and try to keep the same amount of points that he would have gotten if he keeps winning, or he can change his pick and pretend that, be like, hey, I don't think they're going to win anymore. I think this person's going to win. So instead of 3 points, which he would have gotten if he got all the way from, 5 points. 5 points all the way from quarterfinals, he now gets 3. So easiest way to think of this is if you get it right in quarterfinals, you get 5 extra points. If you got it right in semifinals, you get 3 extra points. If you got it right in finals, you get 1 extra point. It's taking the place of a lock, and it's more of a prediction for, I guess, like, player to win it all kind of thing. And it's a fun little way to try to boost people up that we think is going to win it all. And it's to see how well we can predict the bracket wins.
Yeah. It's gonna be a lot more interesting than locks in playoffs, because locks in playoffs, like, there's not as many games, obviously, and it's a lot more interesting to, like, kind of follow one team that you're really hoping on that's gonna win it all. So I think it's gonna be more interesting. Yeah, it would have been a lot more interesting. It is a lot more interesting than the idea that I initially had, which we don't have to go over, but yeah. But yeah.
Oh, you don't want to go over it?
No. But yeah, guys, that is it for week number 7, and we will see you guys in playoffs.
Bye-bye.